some days everything feels like way too much and it feels completely impossible to regulate. So I wanted to share some things that don't help for myself and some things that I like to do in those more chaotic days and the days that are a lot more challenging to regulate myself. So for me, what my more dysregulated and overwhelmed days typically feel like is everything feels like way too loud, too much, and I just have like emotional flooding. Everything's just very emotional for me, and I'm very prone to like shutting down and just not being connective to like what I would be called an objective or more objective view on reality. I'm very much like in an emotional lens, and that's kind of how I'm viewing my reality when I'm super overwhelmed and I can't regulate myself. And some things that like don't help for me in these very unregulatable days is forcing myself and pushing myself to do things and to try to keep up to my regular pace when I have more of the ability to regulate myself, and telling myself to snap out of it and trying to snap out of it. That just adds pressure to my experience and it really just makes everything worse. Ignoring my body's needs, for me, the big one is not eating. I'm super awful for ignoring my hunger signals, and I also struggle as well with knowing my hunger symbol or hunger signals. So I just have to remind myself in those days to actually eat. And then some other things that don't work is having too many solutions for things. So I have to keep things nice and simple, keep everything as simple as possible. And then having too many expectations of myself. Again, just trying to like keep up with my more regular days when I have the ability to regulate myself. So, in the days that I am struggling a lot, I have some things that I like to consistently rely upon that do work for me. The biggest thing is the breath, slowing it down, softening it, noticing it. And the breath technique that I go to most often is 4-6 breath. And in yoga, it can be called 3-part breath. Essentially, what it is just making your exhales longer than your inhales. And this helps to really regulate and calm down the nervous system when it's super heightened. So, in the times when I'm really struggling and like all I have the ability to tell myself is make your exhales longer than your inhales. If you can, holding it between the inhale before the exhale is also super helpful too. But if all you can focus on is make your exhale longer than your inhale, that's like perfect. And that's just something for myself that I rely on quite often. And then the biggest thing as well is just slowing down, not expecting myself to again keep up with my regular type days, and just lowering the expectations I have for myself and noticing as well like expectations that I have of others around me. That's something big that I always have to work on. But yeah, just lowering the expectations of myself and what I need to get done in the day. So that can look like doing less and reducing stimulation. So I like to get my weighted blanket. I like to put on my comfort show, dim the lights, reduce as much stimulation as possible, but also have enough there to have some stimulation, which is comforting for me. So that's where that comfort show comes in. And then the weighted blanket. And then sometimes as well, I'll play like Stardew Valley or something just super easy, or like a little phone game. Something that's easy enough to do that you can get lost in it and allow your mind to slow down and not have to think and find solutions so much. So sometimes the games don't work, but sometimes they can be a helpful tool. And I have a couple of different games on my phone that I like to go to. So yeah. Um, and then another big component in my tough days is my self-talk, and that's something some days I'm able to recognize my self-talk and what it's doing. Other days I do get a bit lost and I don't have as much grip to change the narrative on what's going on. But as I continue to grow that skill set, it is getting easier and easier to reframe my self talk. I often go to very negative self talk. So, reframing that and creating more positive phrases and such that I can use that are going to be a lot more supportive to what I need. So, a couple is I'm overwhelmed, not broken. That's a really big one that I like to use. And then slow is safe. And then one moment at a time, or I need support, not pressure. So, all a couple ones that can be helpful in your journey. Take them if that works for you. If not, you can create some that are supportive to you. And that can be just really helpful to reframe those negative self talk loops that are super inevitable to happen. So, yeah, those are three very big components to my self care when I'm struggling and really struggling. Keeping it super simple and utilizing your comfort things. So I like comfort food, and then like I was saying, my comfort show. Food's a really big one as well. I have a lot of easy to prepare items that I like to go to. And if not, ordering takeout is usually what I go to as well. So yeah, just know if today is one of those days for yourself, know that you're not alone and you don't need to fix everything. It's okay to slow down, and small steps count too. I hope that this video could inspire you with some ideas on finding different support on those hard days for yourself. Take what helps, leave the rest, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Bye. Thank you for being here with me today. If this resonated, you can support the channel by liking the video and subscribing for more content like this. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.